Bella was awakened by the sound of a doorbell ringing. It was early morning and she wasn't expecting anyone. As she got out of bed and opened the door, she didn't immediately recognize her childhood friend. She looked up and down at a tall young woman wearing a somewhat short skirt for casual attire. Bella tried to figure out why the face seemed so familiar. She couldn't quite identify who she was. The face felt familiar, yet it had changed significantly. The woman was cradling something in her arms. "Are you gonna let me in or what?" The friend giggled, looking tired. "Oh, of course, sorry. Come in." Sonia walked inside, her high heels clicking on the floor. She placed her bundle on the sofa. "My arms are killing me." The bundle suddenly started moving and a cry emanated from it. Bella stood up and approached. "Is that a baby?" Sonia lit up a cigarette and said, "A work of art named Leah." Bella immediately began waving the smoke away with her hands. "Are you out of your mind? Go smoke on the porch now. There's a baby here, for heaven's sake." Sonia smiled and said, "Nothing's changed at all. You're still as righteous and boring as ever." Sonia went to the porch and smoked, watching through the window as Bella carefully unwrapped the baby and let her get some fresh air. As she spoke affectionately to the baby, Leah cooed and calmed down. When Sonia returned from outside after smoking 3 cigarettes in a row, she didn't smell pleasant. Bella stood up, opened the window, and looked at her disapprovingly. "How are you feeding her?" Sonia dismissed it with a wave of her hand as if it wasn't important. "There's a bottle in the bag." Bella quickly prepared some porridge and changed Leah's clothes, which she found in the bag. "It's chilly outside. You need to keep her warm and fed." "Don't worry. She's a strong girl." Bella realized that Sonia hadn't just dropped by for a few minutes. Since it was still dark outside, she prepared a bed for the little one. The baby was already drifting off to sleep, even though she hadn't eaten much. When Leah fell asleep, Bella put the bottle away and gestured for Sonia to join her in the kitchen. "Well, you must be hungry too, friend. Let me make you some coffee and a sandwich. I want to know how exactly you ended up here." They sat in the kitchen, and Sonia began to talk. "You know, I trusted him. I confided in him completely. And he was... married? No, it's not that. He was different at first, but he changed. After I gave birth, he said that I'm supposed to stay at home with the baby and take care of her. I mean, that's basically the end of it for me. I need a life. Why would I want to sit at home and do nothing? To be completely honest, he just wasn't the right guy for me, and I just left. It turned out becoming a mother wasn't as easy as I'd expected. But you know me, I can handle anything." "Of course I do. So what's next now? As far as I remember, you sold your parents' house." "Well, I'm in no rush, so I'll take my time and think about it. Can I stay with you for a couple of days?" "Of course, you can stay as long as you want." "And you still haven't had a boyfriend, huh?" Sonia suddenly asked. Bella smiled. "Yeah, I guess I'm not destined or something." "So, what do you do for a living?" Sonia continued questioning. "I do accounting for a few companies." Sonia looked around and asked further, "Do you work from home? As they say these days, remotely?" Bella laughed. "That's exactly the term. I mean, I can work anytime, anywhere, so that's a good plus." "Good job, but I don't get why you're still single though. I can't believe guys are missing out on such a trustworthy person like you." "I've tried with some guys. I didn't like it." "Well, I think you should try harder," Sonia smiled. 2 days passed in the blink of an eye. Bella was busy tending to Leah, and she did it with great pleasure. Meanwhile, Sonia went through ads in the newspapers and made some calls. On the 3rd day, Sonia sat next to Bella, who was taking care of the little baby. "I see you're enjoying your time with Leah." "Of course. Look at her. She's such a cutie. How can you not enjoy taking care of this bundle of happiness?" "Bella, listen. I've got nobody else to turn to about this. You know, I don't really have any relatives, except for my aunt who hates my guts." Bella looked at her as if sensing she couldn't bring herself to ask for something. "What is it, Sonia? I'll do what I can. I got a really important job offer. It's a nice company and I want to take the job. So, what's the problem? Take it. The thing is, it's in the city. I can't imagine myself in the city with a baby. I can't work like that. I just need 1 month to get settled, find a place to live, and a nanny who can take care of Leah. Do you think I can leave Leah with you for a month? I mean, you work from home, and can you please help me out? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me. Bella was absolutely confused, struggling to find the right words to say. Sonia, I just don't see how that would be possible. She's your daughter. And that's exactly who I'm taking care of, Sonia interrupted, and asking you to help me take care of Leah. I hope you understand that it's impossible for me to run around in the city with a baby. I can't afford a nanny at this point either. And you're just naturally so good with her. As soon as I get settled, I'll come back and take her. I'll be calling you guys every day, don't worry. By this time, Bella had spent a few hours around Leah. She had already grown attached to the baby, and a strong bond had formed between them. Bella felt as though she was meant to be part of this child's life, and now she was being offered the opportunity to play a significant role in it. At first, Bella hadn't even noticed the subtle ways in which she was being persuaded to take care of Leah. The discussions about her mother's unpredictable future, the emphasis on Leah's well-being, and the hints that Bella's presence could provide stability for the child all played a part in slowly convincing her. Perhaps deep down, Bella knew that she was the best option for Leah. Her own instincts had been stirred by the baby's presence, and she felt an innate desire to protect and nurture her. As the idea settled into her mind, Bella couldn't shake the feeling that this was the right decision for both of them. When the time came to officially agree, Bella didn't hesitate. The love and affection she felt for Leah overflowed as she held the baby in her arms. She promised to do everything in her power to ensure that Leah would be in a safe and loving environment. Bella knew that the road ahead would be challenging, but she was committed to giving Leah her best. With each day, her love for the child only grew stronger, and she found herself constantly learning and adapting to the needs of her new role as a caregiver. Only a week after embracing the role of Leah's caregiver, Bella found that the sensation of motherhood had a profoundly positive impact on her well-being. It filled her with a happiness that she had never experienced before, and she was astonished by how this newfound joy had remained hidden within her for so long. Every time Bella approached Leah, the baby would greet her with a warm, bright smile, even while drifting in and out of sleep. Leah's cheerful disposition seemed to radiate throughout the room, and Bella couldn't help but feel a deep sense of connection with the child. Leah was an incredibly serene baby, which made it easy for Bella to balance her new responsibilities with her work. As the days went by, their bond grew stronger, and Bella found herself cherishing every moment spent with the little girl. However, as Bella's attachment to Leah deepened, she couldn't ignore the unsettling knowledge that she would eventually have to return the baby to her mother. This thought loomed over her like a dark cloud, casting a shadow on the otherwise blissful experience of caring for Leah. Despite this nagging feeling, Bella resolved to make the most of their time together. She focused on creating a nurturing environment for Leah, offering her unwavering love and support. Bella knew that eventually, the day would come when they would have to part ways. But until that moment arrived, she would continue to pour her heart and soul into raising Leah, ensuring that the baby would always know the warmth of her love. Sonia called exactly 1 month after leaving Leah with Bella. Bella, that job didn't work out. They weren't what I expected them to be. I've already found a different job and got paid. I'm gonna send you some money. So, how are you both doing? Everything's alright. Leah's trying to sit up, and we've already tried puree. I'll call you back, Bella. Sonia hung up the phone abruptly, not even sounding interested in hearing what else Leah had learned. Bella's phone buzzed, displaying an incoming money transfer, a decent amount too. We're gonna get a stroller. Do you want to get a stroller, baby? Yeah? You want to ride in a stroller? Bella decided to spend the money Sonia had transferred on a stroller. It was a timely purchase that greatly improved their lives. They often went for walks in the park, especially in good weather. After 2 more months had passed, Sonia called Bella again, sending her additional money to help care for Leah. As the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Bella noticed a change in their communication. Sonia's calls became less frequent, replaced by simple money transfers and brief messages updating Bella about her various struggles, finding a new job, meeting someone who was unaware of Leah's existence, and offering other explanations for her continued absence. In truth, Bella didn't mind the lack of communication from Sonia. She was even somewhat relieved that Leah's mother wouldn't be returning anytime soon. Bella was afraid that if Sonia came back to reclaim Leah, she would lose not only the happiness she had found in caring for the baby, but also the heartwarming moments spent holding Leah close, humming lullabies, and feeling their unique bond grow stronger. As time went on, however, even the money transfers ceased. Sonia seemed to have vanished entirely. No more calls or messages provided any insight into her whereabouts or her intentions for Leah. Bella couldn't help but feel a mixture of concern for Sonia and an underlying sense of relief, as this development seemed to solidify her role in Leah's life. One day, Bella took Leah to the doctor. "Well, what can I say? I don't see anything critical. As for her getting sick easily, it's the immune system. Take her to the sea. Even once a year is enough to help her stay healthy." Bella said goodbye to the doctor and took Leah by the hand as they walked home. Lately, Leah had been catching colds often. Even an open window for fresh air could make her nose run. Bella thought about what the doctor had said. Take her to the sea. She realized she would need papers to fly in an airplane because she wasn't the mother. That's when Bella stopped in her tracks. "Mommy, what's wrong?" "Leah, sweetie, do you want to see the ocean?" "Yes." "What is the ocean?" Bella laughed. "You'll see what it is when we get there." "Where is it, Mommy?" "It's very far away, baby girl. Do you want to go on a road trip?" "Yes, Mommy, yes." As they walked, Bella smiled. They couldn't fly to Spain, but they could plan a trip within the country. A week later, Bella and Leah were on their way to California to see the ocean. Leah looked out the window, exclaiming, "Mommy, the trees are running past us." Bella laughed, replying, "That's us driving fast, baby." Leah kept asking questions, seemingly unconcerned with the answers. The West Coast greeted them with breathtaking beauty. Leah was awestruck by the vast ocean horizon. She gazed at it for a few minutes before taking a deep breath. "Mommy, it's beautiful." It wasn't just beautiful, it was enchanting. The stunning sunset, the water's shimmering surface, and the serene yet majestic ocean created an unforgettable scene. It seemed as if time had stopped, allowing people a moment to pause and look around. "Yeah, it is beautiful indeed," Bella agreed. A man nearby, watching the water with a faint smile, caught her attention. When Leah noticed a girl her age next to the man, she ran up to her, and they raced towards the water's edge. The man approached Bella, introducing himself. "Hi, I'm Rob. We just got here too, and can't tear ourselves away from the scenery to go back to the hotel." Bella laughed, wondering how the men figured out they had arrived recently too. "How did you know we just got here?" "Well, this sunset strikes everyone the hardest the first time they see it. The emotions from the experience are never the same after that, because once you've seen it, you've seen it. But the first time, whew, it blows minds." Bella stood there speechless as the girls raced back towards them. In their haste, they nearly knocked both Bella and the man off their feet. Bella's instincts kicked in as she reached out to catch Leah, while the man did the same for his daughter. As the dust settled, they found themselves frozen in place, staring at one another in disbelief. Bella's expression grew serious as she studied the young girl in the man's arms and then looked back at Leah. The man appeared to be equally taken aback by the situation. The two girls were the spitting image of one another, the only distinction between them being the outfits they wore. The uncanny resemblance between the children raised a flurry of questions in Bella's mind. Were the girls related? Could they be twins separated under mysterious circumstances? The situation seemed too extraordinary to be a mere coincidence. As Bella and the man exchanged puzzled glances, they knew they needed to unravel the mystery behind the striking similarity. "Daddy, I'm hungry," the man's daughter chimed in. "Mommy, I'm hungry too," Leah echoed. Bella's voice was shaky as she responded, "Yes, honey, let's go get something to eat." They all began to move, preparing to head back to the hotel. Before they parted ways, the man stopped Bella and inquired about their room number. "I'm in room 410. I think we need to talk. Can I wait for you on the patio?" he asked. Bella nodded in agreement, her mind racing with uncertainty about what was to come. She hurried back to the hotel, her thoughts consumed by the inexplicable situation. Sonia had never mentioned another child, and the idea that there could be another girl who looked just like Leah seemed utterly perplexing. Once inside the hotel, Bella took a deep breath to calm her nerves. She got some food for Leah and put her to bed, watching as the little girl drifted off to sleep almost immediately. With Leah tucked in for the night, Bella knew it was time to confront the mystery head-on. She gathered her thoughts and made her way to the patio. Rob was already waiting, smoking a cigarette and gazing at the horizon. When Bella approached, he quickly extinguished the cigarette and threw the butt in the trash can. "Sorry, I had quit smoking, but I couldn't contain myself today." He took a moment before speaking again. "So, I'm guessing we both know Sonia, huh?" When Bella heard the name Sonia, all her hopes that this was just a simple coincidence crumbled at that moment. "Yes, she's my friend. It's been 5 years since I last heard from her. She left Leah for months and never returned." "Yeah, she'd always dreamed of a big city life. I was madly in love with her. I really hoped we could build a family, but Sonia, she's just... I don't know how to explain it. There was so much mystery in her that made her extremely attractive to men, but she chose a different life. She chose to stay mysterious. Sonia left me when I suspected she was pregnant. I searched for her for 2 years but found Christine instead. It wasn't hard to convince the orphanage. The DNA test did its job. I still wish to find Sonia, but this time to tell her how much I've come to hate her." "Are you saying that she only took one of the babies?" Bella asked. "She did, and now I know why. Christine was born with a heart disease. Sonia didn't want to deal with a sick baby." Bella's eyes filled with concern, but Rob quickly reassured her that things were fine now. "Christine has had a few surgeries and she can't fly for now, and that's actually why we're here. Other than that, she's absolutely healthy." Bella and Rob stayed up late talking, not noticing as the sky began to lighten. Before saying goodbye, Rob took Bella's hand and said, "I can see how worried you are. Trust me, I'm not a monster, and I won't take Leah away from you. I can see how attached you two are and how much she loves you. Let's just relax these 2 weeks and enjoy our stay. Something will become clear, and if not, we can always sit and talk in the end. All I ask is that you don't avoid us, please." Bella smiled through her tears. "Thank you. To be honest, I was thinking about running away, even though it's not a good idea." Bella had initially entertained thoughts of leaving and putting the strange encounter with the man behind her, fearing that he might try to take Leah away. However, after their conversation on the patio, she felt somewhat reassured. It appeared that Rob was just as bewildered by the situation as she was, and his genuine concern for the welfare of both girls was evident. That being said, Bella couldn't bring herself to trust Rob entirely. The questions surrounding the girls' resemblance were still unanswered, and the stakes were too high for her to let her guard down completely. Despite his seemingly good intentions, Bella knew that she needed to remain cautious in her dealings with Rob. Her priority was to protect Leah and ensure her well-being. As Bella navigated this unexpected turn of events, she found herself wrestling with a mix of emotions. While she was relieved to have someone else who understood the gravity of the situation, she couldn't help but feel anxious about the uncertainty that lay ahead. The search for answers would undoubtedly be a complicated process, and Bella knew she had to prepare herself for the challenges and revelations that would come with it. She vowed to stay vigilant and focused, determined to safeguard Lisa's happiness and security no matter what the truth might bring. Surprisingly, the girls spent most of their time together, building sandcastles, swimming, and soon even having breakfast together. Bella watched with amazement at how similar they were, even in their gestures and mannerisms. As a result, Bella and Rob spent a lot of time together too. They talked about everything, and at times Bella couldn't fathom how Sonia could leave such a good man behind. Rob was the perfect man, dedicated to family and willing to go to great lengths to provide for it. But most importantly, Rob seemed genuine. Despite his rugged and imposing appearance, he seemed kind-hearted, especially when they rescued the sea turtle together. They all celebrated the rescue, and after an exhausting day and a delicious dinner, the girls fell asleep in Bella's room. Robert and Bella sat on the patio, deep in conversation. He was a true gentleman, courteous and attentive. It had been a long time since Bella had felt so cared for and valued. They stayed up late again, and Bella only returned to her room in the morning. The girls were sound asleep, and Bella lay down next to them. She found it difficult to fall asleep, consumed by worry and fear. What have I done? Bella kept asking herself, berating herself for her actions. The thoughts of everything Robert had told her about Leah and Sonia kept replaying in her mind. She was worried about the fact that she never went looking for Sonia. In fact, she secretly wished she would never return. She kept trying to convince herself that what she had done was okay. Amidst all the negative thoughts, the image of Robert saying kind words to Bella and smiling was one thing that brought a smile to her face. In the morning, she was awakened abruptly. Robert and the girls were standing there. "Bella, I think we need to talk," Robert said. "What? What's going on?" Bella asked, bewildered and still groggy from sleep. As she considered what could be happening, her heart raced with fear. She dreaded the worst, that he would announce he was taking Leah. Bella's mouth hung open, waiting for Robert to say the words. At that moment, the girls started jumping up and down on the bed. "Yes, yes, yes," they shouted excitedly. In 3 days, Bella, Leah, Robert, and Christine set off on a new journey together. Their first stop was Rob's place, where they would spend some time getting to know each other better and adjusting to their life as a family. During their stay, the girls grew even closer, their bond strengthening day by day. It was a heartwarming sight to see the sisters playing, laughing, and discovering their shared interests. Once they were settled in at Rob's place, they began making plans to visit Bella's town. Rob wanted to ensure that everything was in order regarding Leah's paperwork and legal matters. As they handled the paperwork and met with lawyers, Bella felt a mixture of relief and gratitude. Robert's support and understanding had made this process much easier than she had anticipated. She realized Rob's intentions were pure, and she somewhat felt guilty for feeling cautious about him. Bella knew that the decision to keep Leah close to her sister was the right one. She could see the happiness that their connection brought to both girls, and it filled her heart with joy. In the end, the family decided to split their time between Bella's town and Rob's place, allowing the girls to maintain their relationships with both communities. Through it all, Bella and Robert continued to grow closer, their shared love for the girls and their commitment to providing a loving, stable home for them, forging a strong bond between them. As the days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months, it became clear that this new family was meant to be. Together, they faced the challenges and joys of life, united by their love and dedication to the happiness of Leah and Christine.